Hello and welcome back to my channel. It is your rainbow loving host Erica here with the Layered Sunburst Stencil from PinkFresh Studio. Today I'm going to be making a fair few backgrounds using the stencil, and I'm going to be showing you a couple of hacks as well. And see, I've got a little bit of acetate there, some post-it tape, and I also have some card panels already cut out and ready to go. My stencils have also got a little bit of a spray of pixie spray just to kind of make them a little bit sticky. If you are planning on doing some heat embossing, I would suggest you skip the pixie spray and just tape down your stencil on the back rather than trying to unstick it after. So this is basically what I mean. Just take your stencil, line it up with the corners of the pattern basically, and then stick your tape or washi tape down and make sure you do it on both sides. And if you are not using pixie spray, I would do all of the four sides basically. So, but here, because I got a little bit of pixie spray already, I am going to be doing just the top and the bottom. Then we're going to take our two little pieces of acetate. The reason I use acetate is because you could just quickly wipe it off and then reuse it. So there's no need to like waste paper or anything like that. So once you have cornered off all the other areas where you don't want your ink, you grab your ink brush or tool, whatever you use, and dab on your ink pad, tap off on your ink lid, and then off you go. Now I have started with Lemon Whip, and I'm going to be using one of all of the colors, or the lightest colors in the ink pad ranges, except for the grays and the brownish ones. So I'm going to be, again, every time I change color, I'm going to be changing my brush. I'm using the Tailored Expressions blender brushes for these. And I'm also using a couple of light-changing blender brushes from PinkFresh Studios because I didn't have enough brushes for one of each color, and I'm really trying to not get my colors contaminated and mixed up because I want to keep them true to their color for each section. So next up we have Peach Fuzz, and then we're going to move on to the next area. So we're gonna while I'm going from like light to a slightly darker to a slightly darker, I'm not worrying about cleaning off my acetate sheet. However, if you go from like the coral reef to yellow, for instance, you're going to want to clean that off so you don't get the mix of the inks for your actual little part there. So next up is the Ballet Slipper, and then we are going to go in with this is Ocean Breeze, but I didn't realize, actually, I had lined up my colors to begin with, and I thought this is going to be the way to do it. However, I realized once I started with my mint that I'd gone the wrong way. I should have actually gone Lemon Whip, Fresh Pear, and then mint and Ocean Breeze onto the blues. However, you know, you live and learn a little bit, and it would just kind of make the panels look a little bit different. I have gone for about the same, I say about the same, it's actually exactly the same color order, just I've started from a different point on every single one, except for this one that I messed up. So this is the only one that's going to be slightly different color order from all the rest of them, and I have done a load of them. So in this little session here, I actually made all those 4 panels, and we will be having a little closer look up at those once we kind of get through here. But we're coming to the end, so we've got almost our first layer completely covered. So from, if you think from 12 o'clock, you've got, I want to say Ocean Breeze, and then Lemon Whip, Peach Fuzz, Coral Reef, Ballet Slipper, and then we're going to add Soft Lilac, and then it goes into the blue. So Slumber, Sky Blue, and then it is it Mint, and then Fresh Pear? Yeah. So here, I'm just cleaning off the stencil a little bit, and then I was kind of, now this is where I'm like, okay, so I got to rearrange my colors now so I get them in the right order. So it's going to go from Lemon Whip to Mint, pretty sure, and then, no, Fresh Pear, then Mint, then Ocean Breeze, and then Sky Blue. I'm just going to be faffing about a little bit and tidying up a little bit here, and then we're going to take this stencil off and have a little look and just, you know, to kind of see where we're at. This is always the fun part, isn't it? And you look at that and you think, okay, well, I mean, you can use that on your own, but we are going to be making another few backgrounds. As I said, there was 4 in total, and I have finished them all off somewhat differently, just to kind of show you a little bit of versatility, and, you know, just by changing up the final layer and some of the colors as well, you can get such different results. I mean, I have gone here for like a rainbow because, you know, I'm obsessed with rainbows, but you can go in with just like 2 or 3 different colors and just change up the shades. It's entirely up to you. You don't even have to use all of the stencils. I mean, it's the world is your oyster. So this is what it looks like. So these are the 2 that I've done first. And I have tried a couple where I've gone in with the second stencil and I've used the same colors again to just kind of make some of them a little bit more intense. So yeah, we're going to be looking at that again because it's pretty. And here I have done the second stencil with the almost the same colors. Hang on a minute now. Am I confusing myself? I don't know if I am. I might have used the same colors again on top of the original one. So we're using again the lightest color on every single step. Yes, I'm going to pretend like I know what I'm talking about here, even though I just made these today. So we're putting down our 2 stencils together, and here they're layered up together. You can do 1 stencil at a time or layer them up one by one. So here I have done the second stencil with the same shades. So it's all the same colors just laid on top of each other. However, I've gone in much lighter with a lighter hand on this one, and on the other one, the one that on the right, I've gone in with a much sort of firmer hand and more ink. So we're gonna watch this process basically again. So this is what I mean. So I've got my 2 stencils layered up on top of each other. Now I'm going to go in with the exact same color on top of the other one. So this is layer 2 of the same color. And just by layering them up like this, you get almost like a completely different shade. So that's a fun thing to know as well. So this is nearly the last color here. So we're going to have a look at that, and then pretty sure we're going to peel this off to have a look. Yeah, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And this, I think, is good enough to use on its own. So that is super pretty. Like, of course, again, as I said before, you don't have to use all of the stencils. You can just do 1 or 2 or 3. Layered up together or one by one. Totally up to you. So these are the 4 that I made in my session today. The one on the left has got the second lightest color in the color family as well. This one has got the same ink pad on all the layers. So you just get a more intense look on the same color. So, I mean, this shows again that you don't need loads and loads of ink pads, even though, of course, we all want all the ink pads. But by just leaving it to dry a little bit in between and then adding the same color on top, you just get such a more intense look. Of course, this is with the 2 different colors of ink. So if you want more opaque and vivid colors, you are going to need more ink pads, but you don't need to. So I have, as I said, I've got 4 different backgrounds. So we're going to finish them off all slightly differently. And this is what I mean about the heat embossing. So even with the anti-static tool, it's still it was a bit of a messy cleanup job with the gold embossing glitter. So I would stay away from the pixie spray if you intend on using embossing powder. However, I have managed to clean up them a little bit. And so these two, obviously I use the same embossing glitter as well. And but they look different because I've used the two panels with one with the same. So this is the one with the same. And it is, yeah, I did try to clean it up a little bit in between before I set the embossing powder, but there's only so much you can do. And this one has got two different ink colors or shades of each color on the two stencils. So that's it. And this is Pearl Gold Sparkle Embossing Glitter from Wow, and it looks incredible, absolutely incredible. So this one is, I really love how this one turned out actually. It's got like a little bit of light sparkles on that. And I use my beloved Nouveau Glimmer Paste in Moonstone for this one. I love, love, love how that looks. And this is just using the third layer of the stencil, the third stencil. And I mean, look at that sparkle. Isn't that gorgeous? But then again, who doesn't love sparkles? Come on. You're not in the right place if you don't like sparkles. No. And on this last one here, again, I had a little bit of a mishap with the heat embossing. I decided to use clear embossing powder to just kind of help the colors pop a little bit, because obviously when they're heat embossed, they just go so much darker. But again, had the same issue with a little bit of stray embossing powder here and there, and I don't think it actually detracts too much from the panel, but it's not what I was hoping to kind of, it's not as clean as I was looking for. But you know, this is not the last time I'm going to be playing with these stencils, so bring it on. And I love how colorful and happy they are. And these are two cards that I actually put together and made beforehand. So this is, you know, basically the same embossing powder that I've used on, so it's the Pearl Gold Sparkle embossing powder. And then I just finished them off slightly differently with some raised up word sentiments. That's it. So these are from the Phrase Builder families, and I really, really just love how they turned out. And this one here, I have actually ink blended the last layer with black ink on top, and it just gave it such a bold, like, graphic look. And I really quite liked how that one turned out, even though at first when I put the black ink down, I was like, oh no, I made a mistake. But it turns out it worked out. So as I said, apart from those two there, I haven't finished these panels off with the cards yet, because I really wanted to get this video up so you can see how the ink blending works, and you know, the different colors or the different looks that you can get. So I really hope you enjoy this, and I will link everything down below with some compensated affiliate links. These links do not cost you anything extra at all, but if you do choose to support me, anything that I earn from these will go straight back into the running of this blog and YouTube and everything else. So please, please, please make sure you use mine or someone else's affiliate links whenever you shop. So thank you so much for stopping by today. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button as well. Bye bye for now.